Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Cargo, and up here today. I just thought I'd do another little update video, if you will. I think I might try and do videos on a Sunday, on a weekly basis, with the exception of if I get anything like pickups or anything in between. And there is a cat in here somewhere. There was a pussycat. Yeah, so. I just thought I'd sort of do a bit of an update. We're still in a bit of a situation at the moment. Unfortunately, my son isn't in a great place at the moment. We've got a lot of things going on with him at the moment, so we're trying to get all of that sorted out. It's not a great situation, but you know, um, this week I had to take him down to the hospital and things. Just trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. Trying to, sort of get all of the right things done, going down the right route and stuff. So it's not an easy situation to be in, and it is sort of time consuming and quite challenging. The collection's pretty much the same, although I think we're going to be moving some stuff around in here today. And things. So yeah, so I'm still been playing Dead Island 2. I think I'm about 75% of the way through now. I want to say, yeah, about 75% of the way through. I'm probably not going to go back and sort of replay it as the other characters, like, straight away. Maybe, like, some point in the future, I'll do that. But at the moment, I'm quite happy to just beat the game. And I've just been doing side quests when they're around, I'm not going out of my way to try and get all of the, lock boxes and fuse boxes and collectibles. I'm just sort of following the main story, doing side quests, and yeah. But I really have enjoyed Dead Island 2. It was definitely worth the 14-year wait, in my opinion. And I was really glad that I got a PS5 in order to play it. Yeah, I could have played it on the PS4 if I still had a PS4, but I'm glad I got the best version of it, if you will. And that, so I think the next game I'm going to play is Gran Turismo 7. I think that will be my next game that I do play when I do beat Dead Island. I don't know, like, how far I'm going to delve into Gran Turismo 7. I'll probably play it, and if I sort of feel like after a while I just sort of get a bit, not bored, but hit that stage where I'm like, okay, there's not really much more I can do in the game, I'll maybe either sell it on or come back to it later on. That's what I do with games at the moment. If there's a game where, it's a simple, once you beat it, you can, a simple beginning and an end, if you will, that's fine and dandy. But can't see it, but the cat is. If simple concept of beating a game and you can move on to another one, that's great. If you've got game where there's a lot of other stuff you can go back to, I tend not to do that straight away. I'll come back to it if and when. So yeah, what have I been watching recently? I've nearly finished Top Gear. I'm coming up to like season 30. I'm gonna watch some wrestling tonight. I'm gonna watch some old school WWF. I'm currently on Invasion. I'm trying to work my way through all the pay-per-views. So I'll probably get that finished tonight, and possibly either finish or start the 2001 SummerSlam. I've watched a few films over the past few days. I watched a movie called Orgies of Edo, which I did mention in the last video, and I want to say, yes, it is torture porn, but it isn't what I was expecting. It was pretty gruesome, especially from when it came out, but Japan are, well known for their risque and dark movies, especially in the 80s and 70s and 80s, and that, so come in here. That Stan and Ollie I watched was amazing. I still think that was probably one of the best films I've watched in quite some time. Um, what other films did I watch? Um, I watched the Three Kingdoms Resurrection movie, which was all right actually. I've always been a fan of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, movie. Like I love Dynasty Warriors and things, so that was a good film. It wasn't perfect or anything, but it was decent enough. And then the other night I watched a movie called Orgy of the Dead, which was just absolutely awful. It's an Ed Wood Jr. movie, so what do you expect from Ed Wood? It was just awful. Like it weren't even. It's called Orgy of the Dead, and it's not. It's not even what you think. You know, it's literally just like half naked women dancing throughout the movie. That's it. It's just dances, and then you have a little scene with a wannabe Vincent Price guy, and then fucking a wannabe Elvira. And then there's this scene with this mummy and this wolfman who sit there and make jokes throughout the movie, and it's like, what the fuck am I watching? It was just so bad, like not even in a good way either. It's not a movie I'd go back and watch again. I'm quite forgiving when it comes to bad horror movies, but that was just I wouldn't even class it as a horror movie. Um, I wouldn't even say it was an orgy. I wouldn't say it was the dead either. I did finish the Haunting of Hill House, which I thought was amazing. I thought that show was really good. I know there's also the Haunting of Bly Manor, which technically is the second one in that series. It's still in the Haunting movies Netflix series. I thought it was a good show. Had some good sort of tension to it. Sort of revealed itself over time. It was a bit confusing towards the end. It was quite confusing, but once you sort of sit and think about it, you go, okay, that's quite clever. So I'd highly recommend that one. It's not sort of in your face horror like American Horror Story. It's sort of a good ghost story, if you will. And of course, The Hill House has had tons and tons of movies and books and films on it. Amityville is probably the worst when it comes to how many Amityvilles. There's like Amityville in space now, Amityville in the Hood, and God knows what else. It's crazy. It's crazy to think of all these Amityville. Let me know your favourite Amityville film. I have seen a few of them. I haven't seen loads of them. I've seen the original two. That's for sure. I quite enjoyed them. I remember the guy in one of I think the original sort of looked like a Bee Gee, like really long hair. Looked like someone from the Bee Gees or something like that. It's freaking weird. But yeah, so quite a few different shows and things I'm watching. I try to do different things each night. That's why I'm watching some wrestling tonight. Last night I watched some, played some Dead Island. Like I said, at the moment my daughter's been a bit funny at night. Normally she's alright. Normally she goes to bed and then that's it. She don't get up till the next morning. But these past couple of nights she's been waking up and then not settling back down for a good couple of hours. So it's a bit, we don't know if it's too hot or she's going through a growth spurt or something. I don't know. This is the problem with babies. You can't tell you what's going on. You have to sort of second guess everything and that. So hopefully we can get some stuff sorted out. We are going to be busy this week. We're going out on Wednesday, do a bit of shopping, have a little look around town. I don't think I'm going to be buying anything. If I see anything, I might pick it up if it's cheap in a charity shop, but I don't think I'm going to get anything. I'd rather just use some money to pay off some bills and things. Be sensible, if you will. I'm in no rush to be buying anything. Although I ain't gonna lie, there's two games that were announced this year that really surprised me. The first one was Budokai Tenkaichi 4. I couldn't believe when they announced that. And Metal Gear Solid, the trilogy. They're doing a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, and you also get Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 remastered. which I think is awesome. I'm like, oh my god, I couldn't believe that. I'm glad that they did Metal Gear Solid 3 as a full remake. I'm glad that they're doing that, because in my opinion, that is the best of the trilogy. I was never a big massive fan of playing the games, but I used to love watching my brother play them, watching people do playthroughs of them. I had played them all myself, but never really sort of um, all the way through. I love the Metal Gear games because of just how good the story is. So I'm glad that Konami have announced this. Hopefully, apparently it's coming out in August. Yeah, that's really, really cool. We're getting a lot of really good announcements and surprises this year. So they're two games that I think if they do come out this year, I'll definitely be picking them up. And of course, the Star Wars Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic remake, which has gone quiet all of a sudden. We've seen a reveal trailer for it, and we haven't heard anything since. I do want to check out the new Star Wars Survivor game, Jedi Survivor. I've heard good things about it. But at the moment, like I said, I don't want to just overwhelm myself with loads of games, because I've got loads of games anyway. You might not see them, but I have got loads of games on my PlayStation, in the library, and of course, PlayStation Plus and things. So I'm always going to have games to play, and obviously my modded PlayStation 3 as well. So same with things to watch and stuff. So it is a big, you don't even want to see the list of games and films and TV shows that are in the list of things to watch. I'm glad in a way that I did finish the Haunted show, because I'm glad I finished that Haunting of Hill House. So I can go, right, I've done that with Netflix, one off the list. I can move on to whatever's next. But I'm just going to try and do different things each night. Like I said, I'm nearly finished Top Gear. Part of me would like do I just sort of binge the last few episodes that I've got, maybe 20 or so episodes. But I think I'm just going to sort of come back to it when I do. And that, so Motorfest is next weekend. They're doing a motor festival just in our local town centre this weekend. Not It'll be this weekend coming. It's Sunday. So I'm gonna check that out next week. So I might post a few pictures and stuff on Instagram and Twitter, possibly, if we go to that. Trying to get out and do things, do a bit of different things and stuff. I ain't gonna lie. What else was there? There was something else I was gonna say. I can't remember. There was something else I was gonna say. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. I'll try and do videos every Sunday, even if they're just little update videos like this. At least until we get a bit of sense of normality back in our life. At the moment, things are not in a great position to do things, and the time is limited. When you're up since 5 o'clock most mornings, it's not, you know, don't just have the time to sit there and play games and stuff. Maybe when my daughter goes to school and things. At the moment, my son's not in a great position with his school and stuff like that, but hopefully that might change when he goes back. We'll see how things go, and of course, I'll keep you guys posted with how things are and stuff like that. But let me know in the comments below what sort of games are you looking forward to this year? What surprises have come announced this year that you were surprised by? There's probably a ton of games out there that I don't even know, because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't watch live streams and the announcement. For me, it's sort of like, if I see a game, I'll go, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I don't physically actively seek out all of the updates online. I don't follow any particular blogs and forums and stuff. I just sort of see it when I see it, kind of thing. If it's on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and then I go, oh, okay, that's pretty awesome. And that, so what if it was down to me, I've got a couple of questions I want to ask you guys. First of all, someone mentioned this was about the greatest hits, how PlayStation, for us it was platinum on PS2, but PS3 and PS4 had the greatest hits, where they re-release their games as greatest hits versions, which obviously are cheaper. They re-release some of their games. I'd imagine the PS5 is going to get some, and for me, four of the off the top of my head, the greatest hits versions. I think if I was to say five that I think will get a greatest hits version when they do eventually do the greatest hits editions for the PS5 games, will be the Uncharted Honor Among Thieves collection, which is basically remasters of the Uncharted 4 and Uncharted the spin-off one. I can't remember the name of it. The one that with Chloe and that. I think God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, what was the other one? Ghost of Tsushima, Director's Cut, and of course the Horizon Forbidden West, whatever it's called. And also, so let me know what you think possibly might get a greatest hits version, and what games would you like to see? For me, if I was to name a few that I think I'd love to see, if it's a new game or remake, Time Splitters, of course, is definitely at the top of the list, whether it be remaster, trilogy, or remakes, or even a new game, which we know is gonna happen. We just don't know what's going on with that one. Um, of course, I would say Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi and Metal Gear, but they've already been announced, so there's two. I'd like to see a new Battlefront. I know a lot of people weren't big fans of Battlefront 1 and 2 when they did the new ones, but actually, I think Battlefront 2 really did redeem itself in the end. They fixed a lot of the issues, and overall, it was a really fun game in the end. I'd love to see Battlefront 3 get announced, and possibly with Battlefront 3 they could sort of make it more like the original games, and possibly throw in like some like Clone Wars and Rebels characters in there, and possibly even some Old Republic stuff in there, and maybe some legacy stuff as well. Add more stuff to the game. I think that would be awesome to see. Of course, the Old Republic again. That's one that I think a lot of people are looking forward to. I never really was a massive fan of the original two games. I didn't really play them because I didn't have an original Xbox growing up, and I did play a little bit of the Knights of the Old Republic 1 on PC. And I did actually used to play the Old Republic on PC, the open, that multiplayer one, and I really enjoyed that. I'd love to see that get a physical game release. Company of Heroes 3 as well, actually. I can't believe that one was coming to consoles as well. That one looks really cool. I was always a big fan of the original Company of Heroes on PC. So that one was a big surprise for me. It's been a good year for gaming. Off the top of my head, a few other ones that I think I'd like to see possibly. I'd like to see another sort of demolition derby type game, like Wreckfest. I know was a good one. I haven't played it myself, but I've heard good things about it. Possibly something along those lines. The new Crew game, I might check out. Just trying to think. What other games would you like to see get announced, and what sort of games would you like to see coming out, really? Um, like I said, because a lot of these ones that I wanted have now come out or been announced, so it's really, really, it's a good time, really, for gaming, really, and I'm glad that I've got the PS5 to actually be able to play those games. I don't have to sit here and go, oh, I can't play it. Um, there's a lot of things out there, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what we get over time, and what sort of games we do get over the next few years, of course. I'd love to see, maybe trying to think, I'd like to see maybe another Warriors of Orochi, or possibly something along those lines from Koei Tecmo. Though the Warriors games have been a bit quiet lately, so I know we had Nine Empires, which I did enjoy, but I still would have preferred, something a bit different from them. Let me know. What do you think? What we're gonna get? Oh, if one that I think I'd love to see a new Sega Rally game, because Sega Rally was awesome. I'd love to see they do a new Sega Rally game. You know, why not? You know, I mean, the Sega Rally that came out on the Xbox 360 era, I actually played that and I thought it was pretty fun. I'd love to see a new Sega Rally. That would be awesome, right? Now that I'm back into my racing games and cars and stuff, so I'm sort of back in that horizon you know, playing and experiencing those games. So, but yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed this little update, feel free to leave a like. Of course, comment below, let me know any of those answers. Let me know what games do you think PlayStation will do greatest hits of, and what games would you like to see get announced. And I don't just mean on PlayStation, it could be on Xbox, it could be anything. Excuse me. And as always, guys, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll try and do videos every Sunday if possible. And if there are any pickups and things during the week and that. But before I do go, I just wanted to share something with you. I did sell something on eBay yesterday. Didn't go. It was just a DVD. But they actually paid it from me today. The money went in my account today. So eBay, if you're watching, thank you for listening and paying out on weekends. That's great. So yeah, that's awesome. And as always, guys, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.